What's up, everybody? Crazy Eights here with another Transformers Age of the Primes review. This time we're looking at Star Optimus Prime. So before we get into the figure and all of his accessories, let's take a look at the box, and then we'll do that next step. All right? So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. It's going to be a long one. So one thing I do like is that you got this amazing artwork front and center, and they're showing the primes around them. And you see Star Prime right here, and then you see his different modes. You have the base mode right there, and then you do have his alt mode. And here are the primes. Let me try to bring the camera up, do some justice so you can see the prime. That wasn't supposed to happen. All right. So there's Solus, there's Alchemist, there's looks like Primer Prime. Who that? I'm not sure who that one is. Megatronus and some other dude. I'm pretty sure they'll be out soon, and I'll learn their names. So it's 30 steps to go to robot to vehicle mode, and then 36 steps to go from robot to base mode. Here you have a nice picture of Star Optimus Prime. And on this side you have till all are one, and you got 3 of them right there. And he's a Titan class. Second Titan class we got already, if you count Trypticon. And then here's the back of the box. You have robot mode, you have alt mode, shows him holding his weapon. You got a chamber for Hot Rod to chill in. Speaking of Hot Rod, you get a little Micromaster or core class Hot Rod, different from the one that we got already. He comes with a little, I guess you want to call it a little transport truck. And then here is the transport truck, and then here is, was that MT-13? That's what it's called. And then you got this base mode, which is, we'll get into that later. Okay, so top of the box, you got a really good shot of all 13 primes, which is really nice. Which one? We got, what, 4 of them now? We got Solus. I know Alchemist is out. Primer Prime. Yeah, we got 5 if you count Megatronus. And then here's the barcode if you need it. I had this pre-ordered when they announced it, and I just got it maybe a couple of weeks ago. I was putting off doing the review because it's a long one. But anyway, that's the box. Let's take a look at the figure and the accessories. So here's everything that he comes with. A lot of it is already bagged. I didn't take it out yet, so we'll do that as some of this is actually got to go on him. So he's got to be kind of assembled. So let's take a look. We'll get into the baggies in a minute. Let's start with this guy right here. Let's take a look at Hot Rod and MT-13. So first things first, we'll look at MT-13. Put Hot Rod off to the side. And it's the carrier. And it does other things as well, but you can see here's the front of it. Not much paint, but you do got a blue windshield. You got like the red stripe going down the back of it. Autobot logo right there. These little tiny wheels. It does roll pretty well. Here's the top, the back. Very plain, very simple. You can open up the back. Brings on a ramp. And you could store a Hot Rod in there if you wanted to, which is nice. It's really nice. So now let's take a look at Hot Rod. Not a bad looking Hot Rod, I'm going to tell you that right now. This core class Hot Rod's pretty nice. Of course, you can see all that going on. So let me transform real quick, which is very easy, and then let me show you what it looks like in robot mode. Here's Hot Rod, and it is robot mode. Got a nice Hot Rod head sculpt going down his chest. You can see the flames and the Autobot logo, red and yellow. Got the pipes on the side of his arms. The only thing is he doesn't have his wings on the back here. They're on his legs, unfortunately. He doesn't have any feet. He's got little nubs for feet. But he does have heel spurs. I thought these were going to be the feet, but they actually are just the heel spurs. So that's hot rod, and that's MT. Is this 13 or 16? I think it's 13. MT 13. All right. Now let's take a look. Let's open up some of these plastic box bags and see what's in there. In the first bag, which I already opened, we have Blast Effects. And these are the same ones that came with Jetfire, and a few others got these as well. Of course, you know, they're bent. The tips are bent, but these come off in 3 different spots. Boom, boom, boom. So you have 3 different options for these. So that's one of the bags. Here is the second bag with more Blast Effects. So you got, I think this one came with Omega Supreme. So you have this one going on, and this one also breaks up in different pieces. This breaks up in a lot of different pieces. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you come with 2 more extra tips as well. So yeah, bring on the Blast Effects. Never say no to those. All right, moving on. The next bag, it looks like it's all parts that go on Star Prime. Well, this tape, boy, they put on there. Okay. So what do we got? Okay, we got his antennas. We got 2 antennas. We got the turrets, 2 of those. Another turret, which is, I believe for hot rod. And then we got a hilt. That is for, I think, a blast effect to make one of the blast effects into a sword, if I remember correctly. Speaking of blast effects, you got this big blue one as well. And then you also got his gun, which is really nice. It's done like in a glossy black. Very chunky. Very small handles though on it. So, but what it does is it's got a little peg and a tab that clicks into his arm and hand, so it stays in there pretty securely. But that's his pew pew, and of course you could, if you wanted to, you could do that. Or this, right? Or that. You know, just to get you an idea. It's in other words, it is Blast Effect compatible. When I say for last, because 1, you get a translucent clear bullet for his rifle, and I forgot what this was called. Oh, crazy! You're not a Transformers fan. You don't know what these things are. Damn right I don't. Let's get it out though. I know it's like I know it goes into his chest piece, kind of like a Matrix, but it's not called a Matrix. It's called something different. And then you got that. Okay, so we got these out. So with this, you do have, I believe this goes in here, right? I should read the directions. That would make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, let me go read the directions. I'll be right back. I get nervous trying to force things in, but you just push it in there and it goes in. So now he's got a one in the chamber, so to speak. So here is the little, again, I forgot what it's called. This little ball pegs into place right here, and it just sits in his chest like that. Now, if you also wanted to, take your boy F Hot Rod, by the way, because he killed Prime in the '86 movie. I'm sticking to it. I think you could sit him in. You could probably sit him in there. All right, let's see. Kind of, maybe. Yeah. I know in base mode you could probably do it better, but they did show him chilling in it, so I'm trying to. Oh, okay. You can't close it up though with him in it. All right, I thought you could close it up. You really can't, but you can sit him down in it if you wanted to. You know, you could do this. If you wanted to, you could have him in there like that, but his chest stays open. Jesus. All right, now for the antennas, they just plug in right here. Yeah, on camera ain't gonna happen, folks. So the antennas are on, and also what you have to put on is he has these back pieces on the calves that were separated off. Those just snap in as well. And then of course now we got these turrets, which just easily just peg in. Just slide right in, really easy. They don't fight you, nothing. They can swirl around and they can move. So there. So now he's fully assembled. So you have a little assembling to do out of the packaging. It's not gonna kill you. It's not the end of the world. But here he is, fully put together. We do have weapon storage for the hilt and for this guy. So just looking at it. So I know, let me open him up and show you where they go. All right, so you open up his pantaloons and you could put this guy in one of the legs. If you notice, you got these two pegs right here. He has the pegs, he's got the holes or the ports. And let me do this off camera, folks. I am very unskilled at this. You just can close these up. And you can knock all the pieces off while you're doing it. Like the calf piece that comes separate. So this piece came off. There we go. Back on. So that's good. You have a place to store them if you wanted to keep them in there. So they do have another configuration for this. Using this gun, using the sword hilt, and using this little cannon. I'm going to put it all together and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks ridiculous. So you have an extension on the barrel. And it's not... it's not long enough or secure enough. Either way you do it, it doesn't really secure too well on the barrel itself. Peg is too small, but you have that look if you wanted to do it, which I'm never gonna do. It's the only time I'm ever gonna do it is now. So now for him to wield a sword, basically it's a blast effect on this thing. And let's bring in Prime. We're gonna go into the robot mode in a minute. I wanna get the accessories out the way. There's just too many of them. So there. That's his sword. If you wanted to do that as a sword, I wonder if you could use this blue thing. Yeah, you could. That looks like more like a baseball bat than a sword. But yeah, so you have options as well. Now here he is with his blaster and his sword in his hands. I like the blaster, but the sword, they're pushing it. They really are. So now that we got the accessories out the way, let's take a look at Prime. Let's take a look at that head sculpt. I do like the head sculpt though, I will say. It is nice. Here's his chest piece, but I feel like he's got a thick waist and legs and a small upper body. That's what it looks like for me. I could be wrong. It could be just me, but he's thick on the bottom. Let's get back into looking at the details. Pretty much it's like the front of the cab for his chest. There's the Autobot logo and the stripes and his cannons going down. He does have, this is nice. The plastic quality is kind of light. He does have open hands. They're all attached, but he can't open his hands. Here's his crotch piece going down with the gray legs. The yellow is kind of not as clean. You can kind of see the blue kind of bleeding through it. It's got big, thick legs as well. Here he is from the back. It's very clean though, I will say that. It's very clean. Nice thick, nice ratchets too. So but he is a Titan class. You gotta remember that for the price point, he is a Titan class. So, this is gonna be 3 different videos because I'm not doing all these in one big video. I'm gonna do one at a time. So we're gonna work on this guy first, and then we'll do the other 2 in a separate video. So let's do some comparisons. I want to show you Trypticon, and I do want to show you Jetfire Commander class compared to this guy as well. So let me go get them and I'll show them off real quick. Be right back. All right, so here's Trypticon next to Star Optimus. And they're both Titan classes. But is he really? I mean, he is a big boy, but I think they could have scaled him down to a Commander class. You know, maybe use the same mold, but shrink him down a little more. I think he could have been a better Commander class than a Titan class. But here he is, and here's Trypticon as far as a Titan class that I most recently got. Yeah. So those are those 2 together. And here he is with Commander class Jetfire. Now, do you guys think they should have made him this size as opposed to this size? What do you all think? I like this size. I would think he'd look really good if he was a Commander class and not a Titan class. That's just me, but that's another size comparison. And here he is with my other Age of the Primes. His Solus, Primer Prime, and Megatronus. You can see how they look together. Here he is with Vector Prime and Nova Prime. Now, I'm not sure if these guys are part of the 13 or not. I don't know if this is 14 and 15 primes or what, but I'm not sure of the lore. But here he is with 2 other primes. And here he is with Rodimus and Optimus. Now, if those 2 are 14 and 15, are these guys 16 and 17? Again, I don't know, but here they are. Hot Rod, yeah. We'll bring in Hot Rod. So this is what you look like when you grow up, Hot Rod. See, that's you when you grow up. Last but not least, here he is with Star Convoy Optimus Prime from the War for Cybertron trilogy toy line. They could have made him that size too, right? I feel like he's just, I don't know. Again, I don't know the story of the lore, so maybe he's supposed to be this big. I don't know. But here they are together. All right, so that was part 1. There's going to be a 3-parter because of 3 different modes, and it's going to take a while to get into all 3 of them. So this was part 1, robot mode. I do like it, but he does feel like, plastic-wise, he feels very light. A lot of hollowness going on. Giving me like the Thrillin' 30 vibe, you know, with his hollowness. But I do like it, but I'm not like, oh my God, best figure ever. I think it's okay. I really do. But part 2 coming up, we're going to be doing, it looks like next month is going to be card mode. All right. So stay tuned for that one. Later.